When advanced English learners look at their journey, they often come up with the same regrets. They aren't about forgetting vocabulary, they're about mindset and missed chances. I talk to lots of my students to find out the common regrets that they have. Don't make these same mistakes. In today's video, let's talk about the 6 things that they wish they had done differently. Today, let's break this up into 2 parts. In part 1, we'll talk about regrets that are related to fear and confidence. In part 2, let's talk about regrets that are going to relate to practice and action. Are you ready to find out those 6 regrets that many English learners have? If so, then let's get into it. The first 3 regrets are all about the silent killer of fluency, fear. Regret number 1 is being too afraid to make mistakes, and this can sometimes be the biggest one. Students wish they had ignored the fear of sounding silly and just started speaking more. The regret is that I stayed quiet in class or just avoided conversations in general because I was afraid of being judged or I was just scared to engage in a conversation. I always tell students on the very first lesson that they have with me, mistakes are okay. If you are too afraid to make mistakes, you're never going to be able to have any conversation. So there's never going to be any opportunity for you to get better and improve. That's going to take us to regret number 2, which some students have, which is worrying too much about their accent. Many people spend too much time on trying to sound perfectly native instead of focusing on being clear and understood in a conversation. Your accent is part of your identity. So instead of worrying about sounding like someone else, how about work on your accent for clarity and so that someone is able to understand you? Because if you can understand someone and they are able to understand you, then you're having a conversation. Regret number 3 is over-relying on translation. I have lots of students who regret mentally translating everything word for word from their native language first before they actually start speaking in English. The regret is that I wish I had started to force myself to think in English earlier. Always trying to think of everything first in your head before you say something in English is going to slow you down. And I think oftentimes it can make us sound much more unnatural when it comes to speaking in English. So to repeat, it's not necessary to sound like a native speaker, but you do want to focus on your pronunciation for clarity. And this is going to help you the most out of anything when it comes to having a conversation. Now, let's talk about regrets that are related to action or a lack thereof. Regret number 4 is not taking enough opportunities to speak. Every time you stay silent when you could have practiced, you're missing out on a small moment of growth. The regret is, I should have been braver. I should have taken the chance to speak, even if it was for something as simple as ordering a coffee or asking a simple question. Regret number 5 is focusing too much on grammar and less on actual communication. You spend countless hours on textbook rules instead of just getting out there into the messy process of real-world English use. Grammar is just a tool for communication, and it's not a replacement for it. When you don't know a word, it's a skill to be able to push your point across and paraphrase using words that you do know to get your point across. And finally, regret number 6 is not starting earlier. Many English learners put off serious conversational practice until they feel ready. You realize later that speaking is the way that you get ready. The regret is that I wish I had started practicing my conversational skills from the very beginning. So, what's the takeaway? The road to fluency is paved with mistakes, accents, and lots of messy conversations. Don't wait for perfection. The only way to stop regretting your silence is to just get out there and start speaking. If you got any good benefit out of this video and you're still here listening at this point, how about go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also, if you're interested in learning any more English with me, click on this video right here to learn more. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. See you.